Hi guys, my name's Mick from Arm the Helping Hands. I also work on the Listening Room project, and today I'm going to do a video for the Listening Room project. What we're going to do is we're going to make a nice simple lasagna. So first of all, get your ingredients ready. Nice sharp knife, get this onion cutting out of the way. Okay, really quickly. But like I said, sharp knife, be careful with it guys. And just peel it off like that. So all I've done, I've chopped the onion in half and just peeling it off. And it all comes away then without any mess at all. Okay, so let's just get rid of the rubbish as we go on. Chuck it in the bin. Okay, so we've got the onions. I want to cut them up. Now with these, I don't want to cut them too fine. I want that when we eat lasagna you can actually get some texture in there and feel the onions. So what we don't want, that's what I need there. Okay. So nicely rough and chop. You can tell I'm not a chef. Oops, as you can tell. But as I've said in other videos to you, have a go, you've nothing to lose. Okay, that's your onion. Now, I've dropped some on the floor, so these I'm going to pick up. And 5 seconds rule or not, they're going in the bin. Okay, that's the onions sorted. All you need for this is a frying pan at the moment. So let's just put these in now. Okay, that's your onions in. And with that we're going to put some sunflower oil, just a tiny bit. We don't want a lot in there, we don't want it to be too oily, so just a bit like that, that's all we need. Okay, and then we've got some mince. Now this is 10% fat mince, so it's got 10% of fat in it. Usually I like to use really lean mince, but I couldn't find them, so this will have to do. So let's get it up, get it like that. Let's put it in. Don't worry guys, I washed my hands before I did any of this, believe me. Okay. And here we've got 750 grams of mince. That's all we really need. This will serve easily 5 to 6 people by the time we've finished. And if you've got them in your house, what you can do with this, a really good tip, is when it's cooled down, just put it in your freezer. That's my cat, can you hear him? Okay, so what we're getting there now is the mince and the onions. Okay. What I'm also going to put in there is these, and these are just mixed peppers, and these are frozen peppers, so these have been in the freezer for about what, a couple of months I think. Bought them from Iceland because they're really good value, they're only £1, and in your meal they look good, they're all different flavours, but they also add a bit of bulk when you're cooking. So I'm just going to bang them in now. Okay. Bowl over there. So all we've got in that moment, we've got some mixed peppers that have been frozen, some mince and some onions. So the next thing to do now is these now need to get them cooked and get them ready. Okay, so I'm just going to bring the camera around and focus then on the pan. So I shall see you guys in a second. Right guys, so I'm now going to prepare the the food. And like I said, we've got the mince in here, got onions, and we've got some peppers. Okay, so put it on the gas rink. Okay, so you put it on the gas rink, and now let's just light the gas. Okay, now you don't want your flame too high, so it's turned out like a medium flame. Put the pan on. And just spread it around the pan a bit and mix it in a little bit as you're going on. So it won't start cooking just yet, but that's fine. Let's get the pan heated up. Okay, so let's just wait for that pan to heat up a bit and it'll start cooking it all together. Which is absolutely great, that's what we're after. Just getting everything else ready we need. So I've got some tomatoes, I've got some passata, which I'll show you in a minute too. So you can see guys, and here now hopefully, it's just very gently starting to cook. So just moving it around the pan a bit. And just see, I don't know if you can just see it or not, the meat's just started to grey a little bit, which is what we're after. Just mix it in a little bit as we're going. You see now the onions are a bit more mixed in, and the peppers. And with the mince. Just leave it a bit more now. Mix that to sizzle, which is good. While it's doing that, I'm just going to kind of pop. All this talking gives you a very dry throat. So all we're doing is very gently just stirring it round. Like I said guys, this should do for easily for 5-6 people, quite easy. So what you don't use, once it's cooled down like I said before, get it in the sealed container, put a date on it when it was cooked, with any sort of marker pen really, and that'll give you a good indication of how long you can leave it in the freezer. Now you see it's all mixed together quite nicely. All the onions and the peppers have gone in with the mince. Just moving it round, keeping it going, keeping it moving. You don't have to do, but the good thing about this is it makes sure that it's all stirred in well. Now what we do is turn the heat up a little bit more. And I reckon straight away you could probably hear then the change in intensity of how the meat was reacting. Like I said, usually I'll try to get a leaner mince than this if I can, but by the time I've got there weren't much there, to be honest guys, so I had to choose the 10% mince. And like I said, that just means there's 10% fat in this mince, and some of that will be taken out, which I'll show you how to do in a bit, because we don't want all that fat in the lasagna. Still not cooked through yet properly. You can still see pink in the mince, which means it hasn't been cooked properly yet, so we'll keep on moving it. And as we're moving it around, what we're doing, making sure it's all getting a good chance to cook. Like I said guys, you'll know by now, I'm quite sure that I am no chef. I'm no master cook as it comes to it. Right? I've done this a couple of times before. Once it's turned out great the other time, yeah, it could have been better. But if you don't give it a shot, you're never going to learn. And that's the most important part of this process, is learning what you want to put in here. You can put anything in these. You can put mushrooms in there if you want, if you like mushrooms. I would do, but none of my family do, so it's absolutely pointless me putting mushrooms in here because no one else would eat it. See, that's the joy of having kids. But also you can put anything you want in here. It all comes down to taste and what you like and what you prefer. Now the mince has almost been cooked through properly, so we've got a few more minutes. What we're going to do now is just let it get some of that fat circulating. The good thing about it is the fat is also cooking at the time, it's also adding a bit extra flavour. And then moving it around, we don't want to stick or burn, we want to cook but not burn through. Okay, that is more or less what we're looking for guys. You can see now there's no pink in any of that mince, it's all a nice sort of greyish sort of brown colour. So now what we need to do now is basically get rid of that juice, or that fat that we're looking at there. You can probably see it in the pan there. We've got a load of fat which we need to take out, because we don't want that in our lasagna making it sloppy. Okay, so how we're going to do that? Quite easy, but again, be careful when you're doing it. That is really, really hot now. Put this over there, wait for a minute. Now what you've got to see here, I've got this bowl here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to tip the pan a little bit. Then using a spoon, just put the fat in there. Okay? So no meat, just the fat, like that. Yeah. So you see, getting a spoon of the fat in there. And put in this bowl for now. Now I'm going to get rid of all of it, because in there's also a lot of taste. But I just want to try and take all that top bit off, skim it all off if I can, or as much as possible. Okay, that's as good as we're going to get. So you see, when you're skimming it off, try and get the clear stuff like that. So that's the fat, alright? And just put it in there. Now with this, we're going to set it to one side and let it go cold, and we'll dispose of that later properly. And put this back on heat again. And like I said, with this you make it to how your tastes are and what you like. Okay, I'm just going to turn the heat down a bit, like that. Now then, with this, what I like to put in is some garlic, or garlic puree is what I'm putting in today. Good squeeze. Luckily my family we all like garlic, so I put a good bit in there. Again, if you don't like it, don't put it in. A bit of tomato puree, we're not putting much tomato puree in, and you'll see why in a minute. But I'm going to put some in. Okay, I'll do. I'm also going to put in some mixed herbs. Again, this is to your own taste. You put in what you want. But we like a good taste of herbs in there. Mix it in. Oh my, you can really smell those herbs. They smell beautiful. Just mix that in. You see it's still quite a dry mix now. And we're not doing the cook because they've gone all translucent. And that's what you're looking for. Now mixing all that in, what we've done there, we've just added a bit more extra taste. Okay, we've got garlic, and that gets working in there with the herbs, and a bit of tomato puree put in, is going to taste absolutely gorgeous. Now that in itself is just too dry, so we're going to put a bit of moisture in here now. And what I'm going to put in next are these, which is chopped tomatoes, yeah. So just open them up. So just open the can, put it in a bowl. The idea about putting bowls, make sure, yeah, there's nothing in there that shouldn't be in there, because sometimes you never know. So put in a bowl and just add it in. That to one side. And then all we're doing, you can see and no doubt here, mixing these in. And that's made the mixture a bit wetter. What we don't want a really dry mix in this. We want some moisture in there, which we've got, but not enough yet. So just to add a bit extra. I'm going to use, when I find my scissors, some passata. Now you can get passata from any supermarket, and all this is just tomatoes that have been sieved. So it's like a juice, it's like a tomato juice that you're putting in. Cut one end off the passata, like that, and just pour it in. And all you need is a little box of it like this, that's all you need. Make sure you get as much out as you can. I'll do, put it over here before I chuck it in the bin. And again, just mix it in. And that's a basic mix there, boys. Now you can use this, not just for lasagna, this could then be made into spaghetti bolognese quite easily. You don't need to go out and buy jars of bolognese sauce, just follow this recipe, you can make your own. And this is all it is, this is so simple. So all you've got in there, let's go for ingredients again. So you've got 1 onion, we've got 750 grams of mince that you can buy from any supermarket or even farm shops. You've got some mixed peppers that were frozen from Iceland, because again it's a great idea, you can keep peppers in for months, absolutely months in that state, and they're beautiful. And when they cook like this, there's no difference between that and the fresh. Okay, we put some garlic puree in. Bit of tomato puree. Turn that down. Some tomatoes that were chopped. And then a small box of passata, which again, and all passata is just tomatoes that have been sieved and takes all the seeds out of them and all the skin off them. So all it is basically just tomato juice. Okay, now that's on a really low heat, and that's how I want it to stay for now. But I don't want to overcook it, so I'll keep it at low heat just so it's just cooking through and the flavour's infusing into it even more. So we'll keep it on that for now, and then we'll go on to the next stage in a second. Okay guys, so that's been simmering now for about 5 minutes. See, that's just what we wanted. Still a bit wet mix, which is good, but that's a bit too wet now. So what I'm going to do is show you a little trick with these, and these are beef gravy granules. You don't need a lot. And again, get them in a decent supermarket or anywhere, and all they are is just that. Yeah. And what we're going to do, just put them on. What this does, it thickens up the juice, but also adds a bit of flavour. It adds a bit more flavour for you. So we're talking different depths of flavour here. And again, you can add anything you want in there. It's completely up to you. But these gravy granules are really good. And so you can see it start to thicken up. It start to go a little bit browner, which is what we're after. Just take a bit of that tomato taste away. And then a bit more in. That should be more than enough there for what we need. So we've done, put a few beef gravy granules, and that's really thickened it up now. So it's a nice mix. Put it over there. Do a quick taste, make sure it's alright. Always important to taste. Get a spoon. Okay, let's get some on a spoon like that. It's going to be hot, so be careful. If you do say to myself, boys, that is not bad at all. That is really tasty, in fact. Okay, I'm going to put the oven on now. Bang it on about 200, that's all we need. Keep it there for a few minutes, get it warm. And while it's warming up, that's how it should look, guys. That's the sort of consistency that you're after. Yeah? So it's not too wet, it's not too dry. So we'll leave that cooking for now. And we'll change around a bit and just show you the next stage. So for the next stage, you see there, a low-proof dish, and that's what I'm going to put the lasagna in. Okay, but if I used lasagna like that, in its sheet form, you see it's very brittle, right? And also it's very hard, so we need to soften this up a bit. The way we do that, put it all in there for now, like that. Get some hot water from the kettle that I've just boiled. Pour it on. Don't need a lot, just need a bit. I'm going to leave that for a couple of minutes just to soak into the lasagna sheets and make it a bit more pliable. And what I'm going to use is my tweezers just to move them around a bit. You see the still quite hard. What we don't want to see is we just put the mixture that's made on top of this, like that. Might not cook properly, and then you'll get, oh, it's not cooked yet, lasagna. So we give them a pre-soaking first. Put a bit more hot water in there now. So give them a real good soaking. And again, you leave them a little bit. Just move them around as they're doing it. Start to go a bit more bendy, that's what we're after. Now be careful, guys, it's very hot water. Do not splash it if you can, get away with it. Still hard, so we'll just give it a few seconds just to keep the hot water on it. That should be more or less what we're looking for. See how floppy that is? It's getting there now. Okay, that should be almost ready. Get a dish and just take it out onto the dish like that. Getting some water off it. Right. So let's just empty this water away. We don't need it. Move the camera a little bit, it's better. Just get the bowl like that. So what we're going to do now is start layering the lasagna. Okay, so get your lasagna mix and pour roughly about half of it in, or a bit less, it doesn't matter. You want to cover nice and evenly the bottom of the dish like that. Okay. Keep that bit on the heat. And now some lasagna you already done. And put some on. It's a lot easier to use now, it's a lot bendier, yeah? It's easier to handle. Space it out a bit. Okay, so you see that what we've done now. Put some mix in there. We've now got lasagna on top of it. So with the rest of the mix we've got, let's put it on top. Oh, we should smell vision, guys. It smells beautiful. Okay, let's put this in the sink. So with your spoon, again, you smooth that out. Get a nice even covering if you can, like that. And then get some more of those lasagna sheets you did earlier. Put them on and layer them up. Okay, like that. Make sure I don't have that too much, because you don't want a nice, you don't want a horrible with big thick piece of lasagna pasta there, do you? What you want is to be nice and tasty. Now, so this is broken up, but it doesn't matter, because that's all we need. Just like that, and the final bit there. Right, that's basically what we're looking at now. So that'll make a really nice lasagna. Now usually I'd make my own sauce, but I'm running a bit late today, so I bought a jar of sauce. Not wrong with that. And all we're doing with this, just tip it on. It's pre-made, pre-mixed, we don't have to do nothing with it. Just tip it in like that. Now there's a lot more in that jar yet, so let me get a spoon. With a spoon, to get it all that we can. Look at all that, beautiful. It's a nice thick sauce, this one. And that's exactly what we're after. Okay, and again, just smoothing it out. Like that. So everything's covered. Put that in the sink. And just to finish it off then, what we're going to put on is some cheese. Okay. So we're going to put some extra mature cheddar on there. Just going to grate on like that. Careful, these graters are very sharp. You might think it's a lot of cheese, well my family like cheese, so we're putting loads on. Okay, so my family cheese, we're putting loads on. So that now is ready to go into the oven. That's going to go on at 200 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. Let's just see how long it's going to take us. So, just position the camera now. So I've just positioned the camera. So, into the oven it goes. And be careful to put it in, because the oven's going to be hot. That's it, guys. Okay guys, so the lasagne's been in about 25 minutes now. So I've got some garlic bread here. I haven't made this, I've bought this, but in the next video I'll show you how to make the garlic bread yourself. Okay, so this is the garlic bread. Okay, take it up. I'm going to put it in the oven. Again, really careful, as hot as that oven. And close the door. Okay, that's going to be about 5 minutes perhaps, and then we're ready to serve and eat. Garlic bread's been in about 7 minutes now, and it's ready to come out. So I'm going to use my oven gloves, because it's going to be really hot. Open the oven up carefully. Take out the baking tray. Okay, and also the lasagna, that's ready as well. Okay, that looks really well done. That's what I wanted. I wanted the cheese on top to go brown. Okay, that's just how I wanted it. I want the cheese on top to go brown like it is. I just need to portion that up now. I'm going to do that. And now I'm going to do it dead straightforward. Just use your knife, cut down the middle, cut across, roughly in thirds. Again, cut across, and now using your knife, just run it round the edge of the dish. Okay, and as you're doing it, move your knife up and down. And if the lasagna's stuck to it a bit, what this will do, will just ensure that it comes out a bit easier. Okay, so let's see if that's worked. So what I'm going to do then, just using a fish slice, just go like that. And then take it out nice and steady, like that, and put it on the plate. And that's how it should look, alright? Not too runny, and just the right consistency. Serve the rest of them up. Okay. Yeah. Okay guys, that's that done. So that's how I make a really simple but really tasty lasagna. So my name's Mick, as I've already said to you, I work for I'm Helping Hands, and this is part of the Leeds Listening Room project. We're going to make a lot more food, we'll put a lot more videos on there, and we hope you join us soon. Thanks very much, goodbye.